There is nothing the Nigerian government cannot do if they really wants to do it. But what we should bear in mind is that Finland has no extradition treaty with Nigeria. And it will not be possible for Simon Ekpa to be extradited back to Nigeria. It's impossible. Looking at it in my own human perspective, it is going to be difficult. But remember that Finland, I don't trust any of these countries. Finland is just a small fish when it comes to NATO. Finland was inducted. Look at the politics of this globalist. You remember when they inducted Finland as a member of NATO? You remember?
Yeah.
That was immediately after the first invite of Simon Ekpa, 2021. I don't know. It was later on. They inducted Finland. Finland now is a full member of North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And in that North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, United Kingdom is one of the big guns in it. That is the reason why I said I don't trust any of these people. Finland fought, I think, during their own time to free themselves. But what is going on now is what I don't understand. Simon Ekpa, if you look at the first time they invited Simon Ekpa, they told Nigeria requested for everything at that time. They told them that he is a citizen. One thing they should understand is that Simon is a citizen of Finland. If there is anything untoward, Simon Ekpa has committed and is a citizen. Remember also he denounced Nigerian citizenship as well. I think he's a lawyer. He knows what rightly. Returned most of the medals he won for Nigeria. There is nothing Nigerian that is in him. Rather, where he comes from, where he is indigenous to, and the citizenship of the Finnish government. Now, I don't trust these people because what they are doing, the reason why they dragged Finland into NATO is to have access to them. Remember, they can still use other countries that have extradition treaty to go through Finland. They can still do that. They can still have other countries, members of NATO, to go through it. But for Finland to allow Simon Ekpa to be extradited back to Nigeria is something that I don't think humanly will happen. But bear with me that I don't trust any country these days. I don't trust. If you look at the world politics today, if you look at Europe, where they get their gas to power and warm their houses and everything is from Russia. Russia is having serious problem with the members of NATO because of their support to Ukraine. And Russia is in turn now trying to stiffen them and starve them from gas. Where are they choosing now? They are choosing Nigeria. From Warri, they are building gas pipeline from Warri across the Sahel straight to Europe to supply them. So that is what is going on. There is nobody on this earth that will look at the benefit that they are going to benefit from what is on the ground and the crooks that the plans and some kind of a demonic stance that they are going to take that will not do that. You know what will happen if Russia said I will not supply the European countries gas anymore? So that is the reason. These are some of the factors that we should put in place. I am just praying that God Almighty, with the effort of the Biafran agitators that are there, the United States of Biafra right now, and their lawyers will not allow Nigeria to have their way through some of these top globalist countries like the Britain. That is my prayer. The reason why Finland was inducted immediately was one way. It was to control them and advise them and plead with them to work with the British. Exactly, because British is the most affected. British is afraid of the coming of the Biafran nation. Because if Biafran nation is restored today, all the things that they have wrapped their hands on economically, natural resources, in terms of natural resources and so on and so forth, there will be equal bargaining for it, and they will pay for it. And these are some of the things that they don't want to happen. They don't want it to happen. They are finding ways in order to have their control over their enterprise that Goldie Lugard sold to them many years ago. So this is Simon Ekpa is in the hands of the world politics now and the globalists. So that is where, if will Finland sustain the pressure that is going to be mounted on them by Britain, by Germany, France, and the rest of them that are going to benefit from that gas pipeline, is another thing that we need to speak about. Because I can't.
But humanly, I know that this is impossible. Humanly, I know that this is impossible. But come to look at this. Many countries who fought, including Finland, many countries who fought their independence, they went through all these things. Someone like Nelson Mandela was called a terrorist. They put him in the prison. Today, everybody is celebrating Nelson Mandela. A lot of them like that, they were put in prison, both Patrice Lumumba of Belgium. When they were even killing Belgians, they assassinated him. America led their CIA to assassinate Lumumba. So these people are very dangerous. But one thing I want people to do, and that is why sometimes I just like to, put mouth. You are saying something, right? Okay. One of the reasons why I always try to put mouth in all these things is because we don't want affliction to rise for the second time, so that we can do anything humanly possible in case.
Yes. You see, I don't know really if you people, let me just say, the Biafran people, whether you people know who you are. I don't know whether the Biafran people really understand who they are. You see, these people, they know you more than you know yourself. There is something special about the Biafran people. Look, there is something exceedingly special about the Biafran people. They know you too well more than you know yourselves. And I believe that these people is aware of the ingenuity that God has placed in the Biafran people. How to make use of a small place and develop it and make it something else. That is the envy of these people. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to be free in order to exercise that freedom and that ingenuity that God has placed in you. Remember what they said when they visited you, when they were doing their research. The first government was found in Biafra land. The affirmative measures giving women authority to rule and become, in decision-making areas started in Biafra land so many thousands of years ago. These people have studied you. The archaeologist has come into your place and studied you. They know who you are and what you can do. They know very well that if they allow you, the entire black race is going to be liberated. That is what is really going on. I'm telling you. So these are some of the things that they don't want to happen. Because if it happens today, and there are more natural resources that can make Biafran people the biggest and the richest nation in the world. So these are some of the things these people are kicking against. They don't want you to come out of that subjugation, to express yourselves in the global arena. This is exactly what they are doing. Look at our people in foreign countries, Mazi Okocha. Look at them in the foreign countries and look at the exploit of the Biafran people right across the world. They are holding positions that even ordinarily you will say, hey, how can these people come here and attend to this? If you go to, there was a study in the United States, I think in Texas or something like that. Biafran do not even have in the United States, I should say, degree.
Yeah.
Majority of them are first degree, masters, PhD, and the rest of them. They excel. The highest paid immigrants, American immigrants. They are the highest paid. They are paid more than the indigenous people. The reports are there.
All right, sir.
That
yeah,
when
let's
they
I
give you
forget.
that opportunity, they will allow you. You see?
Yeah, let's I forget. Either you or Mr. John Pape, maybe one of you must have a concrete reason why they stop chemical engineering from, is it Nnamdi Azikiwe University Oka or Nsukka? There is a particular school they stop chemical engineering.
Can I come in now?
Okay, you can come in.
Like you are saying, I don't know anything about the chemical engineering studies in Nsukka, but if I tell you that I will know about it because one of my brothers is a professor, a doctor there. If I will just call him now, but it's getting dark. Tomorrow, I will give you the answer. I will tell you if chemical engineering has been stopped there. He will tell me, but I don't think because it's in science. It's in science. Yes, I don't think. Nobody. You know why they're afraid? Because during the war, we did the Obunigwe. We did fly the Obunigwe, which we hung on the trees. We did shore battery. That is Obunigwe by the shore, waiting for their NSS something, Nigeria to come in. They say they were coming, that they will bring them. We were waiting for them. We took this thing they took canoe, took some of them with the rope, hung them somewhere, and some other shrub that were around, hung them there, of which if they are coming in, it will touch it and it will go. And
okay, during the war, sir, during the Biafra war that you fought, were people manufacturing these things in the school or on Ojuku War Museum?
No. I want to tell you something. There's a place known as Research and Production.
Okay.
That Ojuku thing you see, that is what Research and Production did, that they brought there as a museum. That's a museum. Okay. Research and Production, we produced everything you can think of. Hand grenades. We started producing hand grenades that we officers were using. And in Oka, they were producing guns, rifle, peso, and then they brought them into this research and production. We have different places that are doing Obunigwe. That side they will do grenade. We were even doing 81mm Campella mortar. And they charge it from charge 1 to charge 3. If you charge 3, it's going far. If you charge 2, it's going. But if you charge 1, if you don't take the nozzle, you don't bend it a little, it will come down where you are and kill you people. So that is it. I did a little of when I was an officer. I was in. I even after through my private, and I did not do any landscape. From private, I became an officer because I went to Alokwa intake 9. That is course 9, and became an officer. Right. Yes. All right. See what I'm telling you now. Just have it in your mind. It will be like a camel going through the eye of a needle before they will get Simon Ekpa, unless they eliminate him, and they will never, and they can't, and Chukwu Abiyama will not permit them to eliminate Simon Ekpa.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Awibom.
Let me join to what my elder statesman has just said. See, the reason why they could not, when you look at the judicial system of Nigeria, it's nothing to write home about
at all.
There is nobody with divergent view, a critic of Nigeria politically, that is going to get, judgment in Nigeria. Therefore,
in favor of Nigeria,
as a British citizen, they cannot send their own citizen to, because if they do that, if they extradite him, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a politically exposed person, a freedom fighter. So there is no way he will get justice in the Nigerian courts. Look at what is happening to him right now. If not that they pass through the illegal way, whereas even through that they expose themselves more to the international community. You understand? So that is what I am looking at, because there is no way they will carry out an extradition process in the United Kingdom and Nigeria will win that case. They will not win that case because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter.
They could not win in Nnamdi Kanu in Abuja. They could not win him in Abuja court. Is it London they are going to win him?
Look, let me tell you, Mazo Kocha, the Nigeria that I know and what they could do is God took away that, an intention or the sense of buying Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. God took that demonic idea from their head. They could have done it and nobody will hear it. I'm telling you the truth. But God removed that bad idea from their head. They felt that what they were doing is going to promote them. Oh, we've caught him, not knowing that is going to ruin their international integrity. And
you know Malami?
Yeah. Yes.
The Malami that has gone. The what do you call him? The justice man.
Yeah.
The Attorney General.
I heard him one day. He said in Hausa language, he was telling, he said, Zamu berci anan abashi kuba. Kadan zai mutu. He said they will leave him there, they will poison him, and gradually he will die. So
he was saying it in Hausa language.
Yes, in Hausa language.
Yes,
it looks like somebody has advised them, do not try it. If you try it, the war will never end.
He said, Kamamunseni.
He said, if we had known.
Kamamunseni. If we had known, we could have done this thing instead of bringing him to Nigeria. And I told you that they could have done it, but God took away. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not just an ordinary person. It's a man that have found favor in the eyes of God. And his God is leading him. This man you are looking there, I was looking at him when he went. Is it 100 and something days fasting when he was preparing himself for this journey? That is the reason why he will boldly tell you that there is nothing any of them. He will come to you and he will destroy. He has been destroying them right across their court, rooms. He destroyed Nigeria. He gave Nigeria water, but because of pride and that shame, they cannot release him. And
you said something about Melafia. Melafia was the deputy governor of Central Bank. That Melafia who told us about what they are planning, and T.Y. Danjuma. Why I don't listen to T.Y. Danjuma. T.Y. Danjuma, if you go to Lagos, he has a jetty, he has a port where T.Y. Danjuma is a bastard billionaire, trillionaire even. So I don't care about what he's saying. And he was among the people who killed Adwi Yuronsi. So I don't know about him. I don't want to know about him. But you with Gowon is now begging our people. Let me tell you one thing you should note. That man I told you about that he stayed the road to Zaria, Kaduna Zaria Road. His name is El Zazaki. Because I went out to make it's El Zazaki. He is the one that the people of Iran, that's the hold of Iran in Nigeria.
By now, the matter supposed to have been concluded. Anything you want to investigate, you want to know, the time frame is enough to get information that you want to get.
Because the other 4 persons were released.
6, not 4. 6. 4 was released last year. This year, 2 has been released, making it in total of 6. And one of them, Paul Emeniko whatsoever, has spoken. You understand? And they were all acquitted and discharged without any charges. So why are they still keeping the man? Because Nigeria hand is involved. They want to keep him because they see that this one is the prime minister, the person that after Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that is the person that speaks, and people all over reacts. Ngozi Rabeze said, and she was so annoyed, and it was so provocating, because somebody like Simon Ekpa is not a person that Finland government should be treating the way they are treating him. You understand? His case is not what they're supposed to have been delayed till now. But I'm not surprised. Do you know why I'm not surprised? Because they are trying to work and partner, because Nigeria have been pushing seriously on how to bring him to convince the Finland people in order to release Simon Ekpa. But unfortunately, Finland are delaying all this because, you know, in the first place, they started making move as a result of the pressure that EU mounted on them. And based on what Nigeria has promised the EU, you know, anything they are doing, they always, you know, take what comes from Nigeria, the resources of Nigeria, they are using it to do what? To bribe their way. And the people the people that owns this thing, you are not the one that owns it, and you are using what belongs to us and using it against us. You see why Ngozi Oraveze she's vibrating. You see why she's not happy. You see why she's throwing challenges to EU, because EU knows that what they are doing is against even EU constitution, and what Finland is doing is against Finland constitution. Why are you delaying it? You know that which other investigation do you want to investigate? Now the $150 million dollars that was sent into Breed's account, you understand, has never had anything to link with Simon Ekpa. His signature was not there. His voice was not there. Even when the money was paid, who received it, who signed it, who approved it, that you have received it, it wasn't Simon Ekpa. So why are you still delaying it? Which other investigation are you doing again that you've not done, or by now you've not concluded? Why are you delaying his freedom? She have the right. She have the right. You know, all these things are the things that should stop. All this nonsense should stop. All this rubbish should stop. The Finnish government should stop all this rubbish. And within Nigeria, they should stand up. And in fact, do you know that I am highly disappointed by Alexandra for allowing himself to be used and to be played by Nigeria? I am highly disappointed by the Norwegian president by allowing themselves to be an instrument. The respect I have for them is what, in fact, as it is now, is zero. Because I never expected them to bring themselves as low as that. Because I hold them on a high esteem. I believe that I believe that them knows the law, and they are the people of the law, and they value the law, and they value life. They have human rights, and they value the rights of a citizen. Then when it comes to Simon Ekpa, what is going on? Yes, what is going on? She had the right to react. She have the right to say what she has said, to react the way she has reacted to EU and to UN and to Finland. Because it's not today that Simon Ekpa has been living in that country. Somebody that has served you people in terms of military wise. It's easy to be a commander. Getting to the level of a commander in your country, in your land. You know what it means? Even as I speak to you, now he resigned as a military man, and he has joined politics. Politically now he's holding a political position. Before this thing happened.
In the ruling party.
Yes.
The ruling party.
In a ruling party.
The ruling party.
Yes. Currently now, before this thing happened. So somebody that you did not throw, you allow him to hold that kind of, sensitive positions in your country. And yet you don't believe in him, yet you don't trust him. How else do you checkmate him? Or how else do you want to wait to discover the truth about him? Is there anything about him that you do not know? Any of his data that is not in your system? Is there anything new about him that you don't know till now? Or you still want to know? No. She had the right to react. Because this thing is becoming too obvious. And there is something I want them to understand. If they think that Biafra will not stand, one day Biafra will stand. And all these things that they are giving to us, they will come one day need us. Yes, they will need us in one way or the other. We will remind them, because this is mess, this is nonsense, this is rubbish. Total rubbish. Arab nonsense.
I saw some comments.
And let me tell you this. Do you know what even prompted us partnering with the Finland. Do you know why? Because they were the people during the Civil War and after the war, they are the country who rendered help. That's tough fish.